Welcome! Thank you for joining us for today's lesson. This is part of a 13-lesson series brought to you by the Food Trust Nutrition Educators. The Food Trust works to ensure that everyone has access to affordable, nutritious food and the information to make healthy choices. In this series, we'll be covering topics such as how to shop at a farmer's market, stretching your food dollars, storing fruits and vegetables, and more. Join us every other week as we share nutrition information from my plate, as well as tips and tricks to eating more healthy food at every meal. Each bi-weekly lesson will be followed by a recipe featuring a seasonal ingredient you can find at your local farmer's market or grocery store. Meet our nutrition educators, who you'll get to know through our lessons or recipe demonstrations. We're excited to have you with us. Thanks again for joining us. Please fill out our anonymous survey at the end of this video so that we can find out more about who we're reaching and how to serve our audience best. We hope you come back for our next lesson. See you then!
Hello, my name is Chalise, and I'm a nutrition educator here with the Food Trust. A little bit about us: we work hard to make sure people have access to delicious, nutritious food no matter where they live. We also provide nutrition education by using My Plate, which is the basis for every lesson that we teach. So here's just a little overview of the things you want to make sure that you know going forward as you watch our different lessons. For one, you'll notice that half of the plate contains fruits and vegetables. You want to keep this in mind for every single meal. Now, while it can be difficult to think for fruits for dinner and vegetables for breakfast, there are a lot of creative ways in which you can combine both of those to make something delicious as well as nutritious. As you watch our lessons, we'll give you some more ideas onto how to make that happen. Along with that, we're looking for 6 ounces of grains every single day. So that can be half of it whole grains and half of it are refined grains. Whole grains, for instance, are oatmeal, brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread. Those are great sources of a nice whole grain. Now, of course, we'll explain a little bit more as to why that's good for us, but you want to keep in mind, first things first, is that it's really great for our hearts. So when you are choosing your grains, you want to make half of your grains whole, meaning that 3 ounces of the day, you want to try to make sure you're getting a whole grain, and you'll find balance between the ones that you like and the refined grains that you prefer. Along with that, we're looking for 6 ounces of protein daily. With 6 ounces of protein, we want to make sure that we want to mix up how we get our protein. There are 2 types: animal-based protein and plant-based protein. With animal-based protein, it provides a great source of iron, which is super awesome for our bodies, but it doesn't provide any fiber. Versus plant-based protein, where the iron is a little bit harder to digest, but it provides us with fiber. That's when you want to make sure you're getting a nice balance of both. When you're choosing the size of meat, you want it to be the size of your palm of your hand. When you're choosing your plant-based protein, you want to at least get like a cup of beans, maybe even a 4th cup of nuts and seeds. Just make sure you're reading the labels and see what serving size is going to work for your protein goals. Last thing we have is dairy. With dairy, we want to make sure we're getting 3 cups of it daily. This is a great source of calcium. But if you don't eat dairy products for whatever reason, there are other options as well. There's non-dairy milk, there's kale, and other dark leafy green vegetables that count as a vegetable on my plate, but also counts as our calcium source as well. So you can kind of Get 2 different food groups covered with 1 vegetable. Along with that, there's even fortified orange juice as well as fortified bread that'll have calcium in it. So if you choose to eat dairy products, milk, cheese, and yogurt. If you choose to eat non-dairy milk, dark leafy green vegetables, and fortified products. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's lesson. We look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my name is Chalise, and I'm a SNAP Ed nutrition educator with Food Trust. I'm excited to be back today to talk all about the benefits of fiber. But before we get started, we're also going to be making a delicious recipe today with some of the ingredients you may be able to find at the farmer's market. Like I said, today we're going to be talking all about fiber. But first things first, what are the benefits of fiber? Why do we want to make sure we're eating fiber? So let's think about that for just a few moments. All right, so what are the benefits of fiber? Fiber is great because it helps to keep you regular, keeps you going to the bathroom, helps to lower your bad cholesterol, so your good cholesterol is in a great place. It helps to control blood sugar. It just helps you in general to feel full so that you can stay full up on the good stuff and not so much on not so good stuff. So that's why we want to make sure we're eating fiber. So now that we know all about the benefits of fiber, let's look over at our trusty My Plate and see which of these food groups are going to offer us fiber. So in the event that you can't read the words from where you are, I'll read them to you. We got fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. Now it's important to know which ones are actually going to give us fiber. So let's think about that for a second. All right. So, plants, that's the trick, are the things that are going to give us the most fiber. So fruits, vegetables, and grains, of course we're going to get fiber from them. And if you're eating beans, nuts, and seeds for your protein, that's another great place to get fiber too. Dairy, however, or any meat, animal product like eggs, meat, chicken, turkey, fish, all of that stuff, unfortunately don't have any fiber included in them. So that's why we want to make sure that half of our plate contains fruits and vegetables so that we're reaching our fiber goals as well as our vitamins and mineral goals. So it's just important to keep in mind. So now that we know which food groups contain fiber, let's talk about the 2 different types of fiber. There's soluble fiber and there's insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber generally is the good stuff for your heart. It acts like, I like to think of as a bubble, and it goes in your arteries and it takes that bad cholesterol and it keeps it pushing so there's no traffic in your heart highway. That traffic causes heart disease, heart attack, stroke, all the things that we're generally trying to avoid when it comes to our heart health. So soluble fiber are things you get from like oatmeal or beans, can be really good for making your heart nice and healthy. Now there's insoluble fiber, and that acts like a scrub brush in our intestines, and it cleans everything on the way out. So with that in mind, it just helps to keep you regular, feeling good, feeling comfortable in your body. So that type of stuff we're gonna definitely get from our fruits and vegetables, getting up that nice rubbage. So that's why we wanna make sure we're receiving those 2 types of fiber throughout the day. Now that we know that there's 2 different types of fiber, let's think about how much fiber we need daily. We need about 25 grams of fiber daily. Now, in a second, we're gonna go to what that looks like because it's hard to conceptualize what 25 grams can look like. But that's the number we're looking for daily. All right, so now we know all about fiber. We know we need 25 grams daily. We know that we get them from fruits, vegetables, and grains, maybe protein, maybe some type of calcium source too, depending on the lifestyle that you lead. So with all that in mind, let's put this together and see if we can make a meal. Now, earlier we talked about like the not so great options that you can eat that's not gonna give you that much fiber. So, those not so great options, we got some cheddar cheese, we got some ground beef. So let's say we're at a barbecue, we're making this delicious cheeseburger. Think about the things that I could add to this to make it more fibrous. So, you're gonna have to dream with me because I wasn't able to find a bun food model, but I do have a tortilla and some whole wheat bread. So we can pretend that we're either making a taco out of the stuff at the barbecue, or we're just putting it on some delicious whole wheat bread or a whole wheat bun. So that's gonna give us some more fiber. But what else can we add? We can make it more delicious by adding some tomatoes, maybe a little avocado if you like that, maybe some lettuce, or even something like spinach or another green could go on that burger and add some great flavor as well. So notice that we turned this cheeseburger into something so much more nutritious and filling. So we're still getting our cheese and meat fix, but we're also adding some fiber as well. So just keeping that in mind. And if all else fails and you don't like extra stuff in your burger, throw a little side salad on the side. Or if all else fails, some corn on the cob. So with all of this in mind, just think about, again, half of your plate containing fruits and vegetables. Half the times you choose a grain, you want it to be a whole grain, and try to vary your protein sources. So not just chicken, turkey, fish, but beans, nuts, and seeds as well. All of these things are going to help you to reach your fiber goals. So again, my name is Chalise. I'm with the Food Trust. Thank you so much for joining us today on our lesson about fiber. We're looking forward to seeing you again in person soon. Bye.